What's going on, everybody? It's Creative Myth back here again, and the reign of Chocolatito has ended. It's over. It's all over, guys. On September 9th, 2016, 2017, I almost said the wrong year there, but 2017, Chocolatito had a rematch with Sir Ringvisier. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Correct me if I am wrong. Just leave in the comment section how to correctly pronounce his name. But I think that's how you pronounce it, Sir Ringvisier or Ringvisier, however it is. But Chocolatito had a rematch with him, and if you don't remember, in their first fight, in a very very controversial win, Sir Ringvisier won that fight. Um, Even despite most boxing fans saying that Chocolatito has won that fight. Um, I made a video talking about the fight and everything that you can go check out. I will leave the link in the description, and I might even put a card above so you could go watch it. But in that rematch that happened, a very anticipated rematch for me, I thought that Chocolatito was gonna come out as like a totally different type person, but in a good way. I thought he's gonna come out, with the desire to knock him out because he doesn't want this fight to go all 12 rounds because in the first fight he didn't get the decision that he should have gotten, but he didn't get it. So I know that he doesn't want this fight to go the distance. Um, and he came in this fight. He came in this fight different. He came different, and I forgot how to open that door, but I'm gonna figure it out. But yeah, he came in the fight different. He came in the fight with no confidence in himself that he was gonna win. It's one of those moments where he lost the fight before he even stepped into the ring. He wasn't fighting like his usual Chocolatito self. If he would have fought the same way he did in the first fight, now some people say like if he would have fought that way, the same thing would have happened where it would have went the distance and he wouldn't have gotten the decision. But if he would have fought the same way, I still would have felt better about the fight because in the first fight he outboxed the guy in the first fight. It was just bad judges that gave him a bad decision. There's nothing you could like do about bad judges giving you a bad decision, and plus the headbutt in the first fight that caused the cut. In round one of the rematch, Chocolatito he complained to the ref, about accidental headbutt that occurred, and when you're boxing, you don't want your opponent to do like illegal hits, but you can't focus. You cannot focus on your opponent headbutting you or doing like little rabbit punches. You can't focus on that. Once you focus on that, you're steering focus away from you actually fighting and winning the fight. Your focus is not on the right thing when you do that. So that played a factor, and it just wasn't good for him. It just wasn't good for him. It just wasn't. And I feel like he he could have him and his team, they should have did a better job of preparing him for the fight. But I don't want to take anything away from serving Vise. I don't want to take anything away from him. Okay, he trained hard. He said that he trained 4 months for this fight. He said for the first fight he only trained 2 months, and for this second fight he trained 4 months. So that lets me know that one, he felt that he didn't win the first fight, even though he got the decision win. He probably personally feels that he didn't win the first fight, so he wants to train a little harder so he could convince himself and to truly convince the whole boxing world that he could beat him. And I salute that to him because someone like him, where you get a controversial win, I feel like you still need to sort of prove yourself. And he took the steps to do that. So I salute to him for that. And he came out, I will say he came out fighting better than he did in his first fight. Even though in their first fight, he did knock Chocolatito down in round one. But in this fight, his punches, it seemed cleaner. It seemed like his foot movement, was a little better. He just fought, a little better. The 4 months of training that he did, it paid off for him. But do I think he still had enough skill and talent to beat Chocolatito? No, I don't. I feel like Chocolatito still had the skills to beat him. Chocolatito is still like a better fighter than him, and it was all mental for Chocolatito. He came into the fight. That's like he just lost his confidence. He lost his confidence. Someone who's undefeated, and every time they fight someone, they clearly just destroy them. And then you fight somebody that you sort of beat, but the judges say that you didn't beat. That kind of just, it just crushes your confidence and like how you feel about yourself. And I felt like it was up to his team to help him get over that. It was up to his team to do something about that so he could come in this fight fully prepared for the task ahead. Now, this fight, the second fight, I don't think it would have been as easy. Well, not easy because he still lost the first fight, but it wouldn't have been the same fight. It would have been a different fight. But Chocolatito, he's good enough that whoever you put in front of him, no matter how they fight or what they do, he will find a way to win. And that's why he was a contender for number one pound for pound, because he can do stuff like that. And him getting knocked out, I believe round 5 it was, him getting knocked out, it was a very bad knockout. It was like I almost cried seeing Chocolatito get knocked out and unconscious. And I believe that was his wife. The wife started crying. Wife started, going crazy, and it was sad seeing that, But that's just, it happens in boxing. It's not the first time that a great fighter has been like knocked off his throne. It happened to Sergey Kovalev this year. With Sergey Kovalev, he lost his first fight to Andre Ward in a sort of controversial win. Then the second fight, he gets knocked out. Like this, that it can happen to anybody. You just don't know when it's gonna happen to you. You don't know when, like, someone is gonna come and just beat you. You don't know when judges is gonna like rob you of a win. Now, fans of Sir Rungivisai, fans of them will say that like he beat Chocolatito fair and square in the first fight, and you just can't say that. People who say that, I just don't see how they can say that. I don't understand how they can say that. And I could have pulled that lever the whole time, and I went down there for nothing. And I'm kind of mad that I did all that. But yeah, so that's it. It was just a sad day, very sad day. It just sucks because Chocolatito, he became one of my favorite boxers to watch. He became a boxer that I enjoyed watching. even though this was like his first time being like a main event fighter, I enjoyed watching him. I loved watching him, his fights. I was a fan of him and everything. I wanted him to win. I wanted him to win the first fight. I wanted him to win this fight. I wanted him to win every single fight. But sometimes when a great fighter takes their first loss, sometimes they just don't know how to handle it, and it, it could ruin them. So happens to the best of them. So that's it. And look, I got the Sunset staff. I don't know if the Sunset staff is better than my, where's it at? I don't know if it's better than my Sorcerer staff because when I look at the stats, the Magic is 106, the Dark is 60. Well, I think that's Dark, and you know this. Those are the stats right there. You can see it. Um, and these are the stats for my Sorcerer staff +3, and the stats for my Sorcerer staff they look a little better. But I'm gonna rock with the Sunset staff just because it looks better, to be honest. So subscribe down below, hit that like button, comment down below what you think of the fight. Comment, do you think that Chocolatito really won? I mean, do you think that Chocolate? I'm messing up. Do you think that Sir Ringvisier really won the first fight, or was Chocolatito robbed? Tell me what you think about their rematch if you saw the rematch. That whole boxing event was a great event. The two undercard matches were amazing matches, and those were boxes that I will definitely see in the future, and I will be checking them out. You know, just leave in the comment section any feedback or any thoughts or opinions that you have. Share this video with your friends. If you have any boxing friends out there, any friends who enjoy boxing, or if you know you just want to watch me die and get eaten in Dark Souls 2, you know, you could tell them about that too. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video, so stay tuned for that.